told Coach Wilcox, I'm hoping his quarterback's going to be okay. Saw the young man get right in front of me and fell on his shoulder, so that had a lot to do with this game. I mean, you lose your quarterback like that, that's always tough, you know. It's an emotional loss for you as a football team. I'm hoping he's going to be okay because these guys have done a great job of coaching their football team. They kind of remind me of us a little bit. They really play hard on both sides of the football. They've got an identity, who they are. And we were very fortunate today in the fact that we're pretty sloppy at times. We're sloppy on all sides of it. We missed some field goals. We made it hard. But I told our team, I said, I guess you guys like it hard. You just do. They just like hard. And to their credit and to our staff, they got them ready to play. In a tough place. It's hard to play in this place. I know. Been here before. Played in this place. But we're a little bit wounded. We need some rest right now. Our team's beat up. This bye couldn't come in a better time. So we'll get back tomorrow. Players will come in. They'll be off the next 2 days, and we'll start again Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. And then the coaches will go out, obviously. We never stop recruiting, so we need to rest up. We'll self-scout. We got 5 games now to look at us, look at all the tape, figure out what we can do better offensively and defensively. But it was one of those games. Similar to Michigan State, the score was a little bit more. I just felt like if we could withstand the barrage early, we'd have a chance. And we did. And the loss of the quarterback hurts them. I mean, we knew the second half that when they came out, they were going to run the ball, and they did. Did a nice job. Got field position and went right down, went 7 runs. We couldn't stop them. And then we had to adjust our defense, play a lot more man-to-man in the second half, and force the quarterback to try to beat us. And that's always tough. You're the guy that doesn't throw it a whole lot. It's tough on him. So we played that way. We had to play that way, and I thought the offense did a fabulous job in the fourth quarter of taking the ball down. Jaden did another nice job of making some plays with his legs. The guy's had a bum ankle for a month, so he needs some rest too. There's a bunch of guys that are beat up a little bit, so we need a rest.
What does it say about your guys being so young in certain parts, in certain places, and yet going on the road and beating 2 ranked teams?
They don't know the difference. They don't know if it's a ranked team or not a ranked team, or if they're on the road. It's like, oh, we're on the road, really? What does this mean? They don't know. I mean, they're so naive. There's 29 of them. They don't know any better. All they know is that I actually played here. They knew that. They said, you played here? Coaches that look the same? I said, it looked the same, yeah. And all the DBs were talking about the record, all week. One game? He said, yeah, one game. I said, they don't know. They don't know what they don't know. But coaches need a lot of credit. After that loss at home, and have to come on the road and play this team, it was a handful. These guys did a good job of getting our players ready to play.
Did you feel the defense really just took it personally what happened last week and really elevated their game tonight?
Well, everybody did. That was a little bit of a shocker. But that was how you deal with success. And, you don't know until you have it. And this is a new team with all these young guys, and I think they learned something. But to their credit, it's a resilient bunch, man. It doesn't matter what it looks like. They just find a way to keep themselves in the football game. If you do that, you got a chance. Football is about having opportunities, and we missed some today, but when we needed to make them, offense went down, took the lead, and the defense shut them out when they needed to. So that's a credit to those guys and the coaches.
What did you think about Benjamin's performance in the
It was good. It was good against a tough defense. Knew it was going to be tough sledding, but we kept trying to run it. We didn't give up on it, and eventually we punched in there and did a nice job of catching the ball. He was involved. He needs a rest too. He's a little beat up as well. We got some guys that are wounded now. And We need a rest. Our coaches need a rest too, probably. This has been a long 5 weeks all of a sudden.
Before the drive against Michigan State, you said that Jaden told you, we're good.
Yeah.
What exchange did you have before that go-ahead drive?
This week,
Yeah.
I told him, I said, it's time. Got it, coach. I said, we'll go do it. It's time. We're running out of time. I keep telling him, I said, that clock doesn't stop. It just keeps running. You just go, and then at the end, we get it. And then it's just a matter of, what is Cal going to do? And we had to make 2 big stops to make sure they weren't going to get themselves in position. But the whole thinking was, if we could just make them have to get uncomfortable and throw the football at the end. We felt if we could hold them and just score, then the game changed for us. We were in a situation, do we kick a field goal to tie it up? Do we try to score? Trying to score, because if we score now, they can't run the ball anymore. They got to throw it. And we just felt that if they had to do that, we had a better chance of winning.
Your defense, after the turnover, held them to a field goal. Then after you went ahead, held them like 2 more times after that. Can you just talk about what the defense kind of came up with there at the especially?
Yeah, tighter coverage, more man-to-man. It's kind of interesting. You sit there and you kind of know what they're doing. And I told Danny, I said, don't just do it. Just don't worry about it. If they beat us throwing the ball, then that quarterback deserves to win. He does. And I said, we got to put our best guys on their guys and we'll cover them. And just don't let them breathe. Just get up there and go get them. Just cover them. Cat coverage. Cover your cat. And let's go. The thing you worry about there is he throws one down the field, it's a home run. That's what you got to deal with. But we had nothing to lose, guys. You kidding me? We're playing the 15th ranked team on the road. You can't be afraid to win. We had nothing to lose. At the end, the pressure was on them, but not us. So, I don't, that's how I looked at it. That's when the game got going. I said, well, here's it. I've been in this spot before. If you're afraid to win, you can't win. I told them that in the locker room at halftime. I said, just keep playing. I said, we missed some opportunities this first half. Now we got to make them. And there's a bunch on both sides of the ball. We got to clean it up. If we're going to be a good team, we got to clean it up. There's a lot of learning still with this football team, and we got to get better. And that's what we got to do.
We've talked a lot about, since you've gotten here, about controlling the clock, playing offense, complementing defense, and vice versa, and then winning in the fourth quarter. What qualities does a team need to be able to win in the fourth quarter?
Well, they got to have a strong mindset, and they got to understand, that's a little bit of pro football, a mentality of it doesn't make my wife comfortable playing in these one-score games. She's seen this before. She's seen this story. And, she's out in college football. She says, well, they score a lot of points. I said, well, sometimes. We don't a whole lot. We just don't. Because we're trying to play a game that we got a young quarterback. We got a young offensive line. It's easy to say what you want to do, but it's difficult. And when you play a defense like this, their strength is their secondary. That's their strength. And they got 2 Sunday players that play back there. And there's 7 scouts here to watch those guys. So you're on the road, and you're going, okay, it sounds good, but you got to make this like an ugly game. You just got to make it sloppy. And it's not soothing to the eye. It's easier to do that on the road because you don't get booed when you go 3 and out. You don't. I learned that as a player. You just don't. When you play that kind of methodical game. It's just it takes the crowd out of it because they don't like it when you're on the road. Your fan base can't get mad at you because they're not here. They're mad at the television. They're saying, what are you doing? But we're trying to win a game. Every game is, there's always a different plan. And my growing up around a lot of good coaches, who are you playing? And what is it going to take for you to win this game? That's all I care about. If you tell me we gotta throw it 50 times against somebody, we'll throw it 50 times. Hoping that never happens, but if we have to do that, we'll do it. Because it's complementary football, and today, you saw that. You saw how we played today, and that's how we would like to play. It's not always the case. But if you look at the games we won, that's been the case. The game that we lost, we got behind early. And we played uphill, at home. We had some opportunities, but at the end, we didn't finish the game. So it's just, you got to have a mindset, and I think our players understand that. When it's a one-score game, they're comfortable with the uncomfortable. And sometimes when you're on the road, it's really comfortable for you to play like that. At home, it's not. This is not. It's not a comfortable feeling. Because, you got to deal with all that stuff, man. And so, kudos to our coaches and to our players. Hard way to live, little boy. Hard to live this way, man. It just is. It's just hard, I guess I've done it so much in my life, I don't know anything else. I just do it. And just live with it. Move on next week. Like I say, when you win a game, for me, it's a relief.
Anyone else? All right, thanks, Coach.
All right.